So, hi everyone, this is David Hersey. I am going to introduce my sister, Rachel Lindstead. She is going to be helping me out in the aspect of a customer who is learning to how to identify ammunition and ammunition cartridges. So, sis, what is some ammunition that you can think of the straight, like just off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head,
Yep.
9 millimeter
Okay.
is first thing I can think of.
All right. So let's start with 9 millimeter. So I have a 9 millimeter right here.
Okay.
Now I have three different 9 millimeters. Two of which are hollow point,
Okay.
but of those two, they're both different manufacturers.
Okay. I see one looks bluish. Is that how you tell?
Nope. So this one has a steel casing. This one,
A what casing?
steel.
Dill. Okay.
This one has a brass casing.
Okay.
Most brass
So what is dill?
steel is it's just a type of metal material that they use for casing. So
Okay. Sorry.
perfect example is this um, 762 by 54R.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is a steel casing for that.
Okay.
Okay, so to identify the type of caliber
Mm-hmm.
and the manufacturer of the round is on the head stamp, which is located at the bottom of the cartridge.
Okay.
So,
Can I ask a question?
yeah, go for it.
What does the manufacturer matter in terms of bullets?
The manufacturer matters because each manufacturer will have a different load point
Okay.
and how their ballistics of their bullet works.
Okay.
So
Load point?
yeah, like load weight, which is represented by grain.
Okay.
So
The,
this brass casing round, which is a hollow
mm-hmm.
point, is
Okay.
made by uh, Ammo Corporation,
Ammo Corporation. Okay.
which is located right there.
Okay.
Now, their ballistics information is located right here.
On the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with this one, um, when you're reading the bottom of it, you'll see Ammo Inc. as well as 9 millimeter Luger. So that is the type of caliber that it is, and
Okay.
the type of um, round, if that
Okay.
makes sense. Which,
Yeah.
if you,
Caliber meaning size
mm-hmm.
and round meaning what?
So 9 millimeter Luger, 9 millimeter Parabellum, 9 millimeter
Okay.
NATO,
Okay.
and
Those are the different types of rounds.
yeah, but
Okay.
there is no difference between Luger and Parabellum. The only
Okay.
difference is when it comes to NATO, the round has a specific grain amount that is placed in, or it's not grain amount, but the specific amount of gunpowder that has been put in place by NATO.
Okay. So when you say grain, you're talking about the gunpowder,
No,
the amount of gunpowder.
no.
Okay, grain is a completely different thing.
Grain is the weight of the whole assembly. So
Okay.
cartridge, gunpowder, bullet, um, and um, the cap on the in the middle.
Okay, and that's where the
The,
I'm using the wrong words, but basically where the gun hits it to
So-
push it out.
yeah, so the firing pin
Okay.
hits that center, which ignites the gunpowder inside, which
And then
causes
shoots it out.
causes pressure inside that casing and shoots it out.
Okay. And then the the shell is the part that gets knocked out basically.
Yep, when the force of the round sends the charging handle back, it extracts the empty cartridge out and loads the next round in.
Okay.
So,
Let me know if I'm asking too many questions. I'm just trying to understand it.
No, you ask all the questions you want.
Okay.
It's extremely helpful.
Because I'm completely a noob when it comes to all of it.
No.
I'm pretty clueless.
And that is fine. So this particular round that I'm holding,
Okay.
it is not a hollow point. It's a full metal jacket.
What's the purpose of a hollow point versus the? You said this one was a
Full metal,
what again?
Full metal jacket.
Full metal jacket. So what is the difference, or why does that matter?
So if you look at the fronts, you can see
Okay.
that there is no
Hollow.
hole. There's no hole on this
Okay.
one. On this
Yes.
one, there's a hole.
Okay.
The purpose of this one is when it enters the target,
Mm-hmm.
the bullet breaks apart and stays inside the target.
Okay.
This one is mainly used for defensive ammunition, so home
Okay.
defense.
Okay.
Uh,
So you would want a hollow point if you want for weapons in your home, basically. Like if you have a burglar or whatever, you want a hollow point.
yeah, because it will not exit the body.
Okay.
You can use a full metal jacket, but there is you have to make sure that you understand what is behind your target, because this bullet will go
Gotcha. So it'll go through like a wall or something.
it'll go through a wall.
Okay.
And when you get up into larger pistol calibers, like this guy, I'll show you the size
Jeez.
difference.
What is that?
This
Is that
this is a 45.
okay?
45.
That's in a
ACP.
Magnum?
No.
No. What kind of gun would take a 45?
A 45 would be a 1911.
Okay.
Some Glocks will shoot 45.
Okay.
My Walther, they make Walthers that are chambered in 45.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that's a big mama jama. It looks like.
yeah.
Are they also considered 9mm? I mean, because like I said, I'm not sure how it works.
So no, 45 is like the caliber.
Looks heavier.
It is. It's a heavier round. So I got a caliper,
Okay.
and so the diameter of this round.
Oh, it's thicker.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like 40. It's 45.
Yeah.
Rather than it's 45 millimeters.
45 inches.
Okay. 45 inches.
9mm is measured in milliliters. See,
Okay.
this one in inches
Is 0.3.
Yep.
Okay. So it's the 9mm is much smaller than the 45.
Yep.
In terms of like girth and width.
Yeah.
Okay.
This also is a full metal jacket.
Which means that it will go straight through whatever it is that you're aiming.
That is correct.
At. Okay.
Also, to better let you understand what a Full Metal Jacket is it has a lead core that
Okay.
is covered by a copper jacket.
Okay.
Now, there are some rounds, which I will show you, that have a copper jacketing but a lead tip.
Oh, okay.
And this is a 308.
A 308.
Yep. So
Okay.
9mm versus
308.
308.
Yeah, that one's made for more bigger things.
Yeah, like hunting deer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because
Yeah.
deer are pretty big.
Yeah, this
You
is,
don't necessarily want to use that on a human,
you can.
but you don't necessarily want to if you don't want to mess.
They'll be hurting for a while. So
Okay.
um, so this one is a rifle ammunition.
Okay.
So
All right.
this will go through your target, your wall, your neighbor's wall, your neighbor's dog, and it probably won't stop until it hits the third neighbor's house.
Gotcha. So it's a much bigger load and a much bigger.
Yes.
Okay.
Think that most of the uh, powder is
Hmm.
loaded up to there,
Okay.
and the actual bullet. Let's see if I can.
Is the very tip part.
Yep.
Okay. So that's not going to leave much behind after it goes through everything.
Yeah, but
Okay.
then you have something like this.
I've seen those.
Yeah, I've fired many of these. Now there is a difference between this 308
Mhm.
and this 762 by 54R.
Mm. Well, I mean, the size difference, and that one doesn't have a lead tip. That one has a copper tip.
So this one is a Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, I can tell that it's full metal because it doesn't have the hole at the top.
Yep.
Do those come with the hollow points too?
So this one has a tiny little hole, if you can see
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is both of these are 762.
Mm. Is the tiny little hole one with is that one considered a hollow tip?
No. So this one is, so that's what this ammo is right here.
Federal Premium Ammunition
One,
308.
yep, 175 grain.
And remind me what grain was. That's the.
That is the weight of the
Okay,
bullet.
thank you.
Yeah.
So the grain is the weight of the bullet.
Yep.
And that's with everything: the casing, the gunpowder, the tip, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
And we find all of the manufacturers basically on the bottom of the bullets.
Yep.
And that matters in terms of what grain and how the bullet is put together, correct?
Mainly on how the bullet is put together, because you can
Okay.
have two different manufacturers using the same grain amount. So,
Okay.
um,
And some are better than others. That's usually how it works with most things, correct?
um, a lot of times it has to do with price.
Okay. So the price difference is, or rather, the price is based off of the manufacturer?
Yes. So,
So if you go cheaper, does that necessarily mean worse? Or is it
no.
just that they just happen to have a process that doesn't take as much time to put together the bullets and then they put it, basically they have a different process for it?
Yeah. So
Okay.
here's a perfect example. So
Okay.
both of these are 5.56,
Okay.
and
5.56 would go into what?
my AR-15.
Okay, thank you.
So as you can see, both of them are 62 grain.
Okay. Winchester.
Yep.
Winchesters.
Yep.
Don't they make guns?
Yeah.
Okay.
They also make ammunition. So
Well,
yeah.
that would make sense.
So,
You're in the.
so I want you to take a look at both of these rounds, and
Okay.
I want you to point out any differences other than what you previously seen.
Okay, because I don't know which one is which, so don't tell me. Let's see here. I don't see a whole lot of difference, to be honest. When I'm looking at the way that it looks,
Mm-hmm.
they look almost identical.
So with this one, I don't know if you can really see it. There is tiny little ridges at the top where the bullet meets the casing.
Okay, I see that.
With this one, the ridges are more flush, so you won't actually see that right away.
Okay, so you'd have to actually, kind of take a good look at to see the basic difference
Yep.
between the two. Gotcha.
Yep. So
Because they looked about the same color, they looked about the the same kind of make.
yeah. Now both of these are different from the civilian use ammunition like this one
Okay,
and like this one.
so that's a civilian use.
This is
Oh yeah, because that's for hunting, right?
Yep, this is a
And
civilian
that
use.
is that a 7.62?
This is a 7.62, also
Awesome, I got that part right.
also known as a 308.
A 308. So those are so 7.62 and 308 are
Very similar.
okay.
Now these two are both 5.56, but
Okay.
they're military grade, and
Okay.
you can tell the difference between a military grade manufactured round versus a civilian round.
Okay. What's
So,
the main difference between them?
so the main difference is they won't have the caliber printed on the head stamp. They'll have the manufacturer.
So the military will have just the manufacturer. They won't have the type.
No, because they will already know the caliber.
Which type? Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. So what the information
Civilian has the caliber and the maker, and military just has the maker.
Yep.
Gotcha.
They will have the maker and the year that it was produced. So so this one has printed on it PSD 15.
15. 2015.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay.
And this one has WMA 18.
Okay, so that was in 2018. Now, the year that it was made, does that matter in terms of ammunition? Like, does it go bad after a time?
No.
Okay.
Because I have ammunition that I still have when I first bought my Moisten the Gun, and that was back in 2010.
Okay. But it doesn't necessarily go bad. So why would they have the year on the military? Why does it matter then?
So for them, it's more of for me personally, I think it's more of a logistics, letting them know how long has this round been
sitting.
In
Gotcha.
circulation.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
well, that makes sense. Let's see here. What elements are found on cartridges?
So I think I kind of went through the elements, but I'll go back through it. So
Thank you.
This is a bullet.
Okay. Oh, that's the tip, basically, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the bullet.
Okay.
And this is how you can tell that it's a full metal jacket. Is it's got a jacketed carpet, but a lead. Uh, the lead is inside a lead core.
Okay. Okay.
From there, you have the casing, or
Okay.
or the cartridge.
The cartridge is what the bullet goes into?
Yep.
Okay.
And the I gotta remember the term of this. I feel really dumb. My
I'm sitting here asking all sorts of questions. I'm like, okay,
no,
what does that mean?
no, you're fine. My teacher's probably gonna laugh at me, which is fine. We're all gonna laugh at you.
Alexa, turn on the den. Now, is it just recording my voice?
Yes, this is recording your voice. It's not recording your image.
Video.
Yep.
Okay. Not that it matters or anything. I was just curious.
Yeah. So that
So we got
little piece at the bottom in the center, that's called a primer.
okay. The primer,
Yep. So you have the bullet,
which is the tip,
the case,
which is basically where the bullet goes into.
where the bullet sits.
Okay.
You have the primer,
Which is what the
firing pin hits.
firing pin hits to shoot the bullet.
Yep.
Okay.
And inside is the gunpowder.
Okay.
So, do you have any more questions?
Bad thing to ask me. So we went over hollow tips. We went over full metal jacket.
Hollow points.
Hollow points, thank you.
Of course.
So hollow points, full metal meaning that it will go through. Hollow point meaning that it will go in rather than go through.
Yep.
Hollow point is good for, home intruder type of situations because you'd rather it not hit anything else except for the intruder.
That is correct.
Now, like with the hunting rounds, those ones are not hollow. You
No.
want those to go through the animal.
You want to have enough impact at a long distance that when you hit the target goes down.
Okay.
That's why.
And stays down.
Yeah, because you say that you're hunting deer or elk.
Mm-hmm.
You want to make sure that the one shot
Takes it out.
puts that animal down because you don't want to suffer.
Yes.
So you have to make sure that your aim is, or your sight is zeroed properly,
Mm-hmm.
and that your aim is on point because you can unintentionally make an animal suffer if you aim at the wrong spots.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Okay. And then we went through the different types of ammunition, like the different sizes, which different guns they go into. The reason why there's a difference in why it matters for the manufacturers is just how the bullet is basically made. They don't generally have like different grain, which is the weight, correct?
Yeah.
And then the way that you can tell the size of the bullet is through I'm losing some of the phrasing.
Okay, so 9mm is the like if you were to measure it, like I got my caliper. So if you were to turn this over to millimeters and measure the diameter.
Okay, so it's that a diameter that tells you, so the 9mm is diameter, the size of the bullet.
Yeah.
Okay. And then 45 was, you said 45 inches, correct?
Yep. Because if you measured it in millimeters, it would read off as,
11?
well, there are, yes, basically.
Okay.
Because there are 45 ammunition that is considered 10 millimeter.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Or
Sure.
another way to look at a 9 mil is a .380.
Okay. I've seen that before. All right.
Yeah.
Play a lot of goofy games, so that's the only reason I even have some semblance of some knowledge.
Yeah. Now, on that same note, you can load a .38 into a pistol that is rated for 9 millimeter, but you don't want to load a 308 with a round that is 9
A
millimeter.
45.
So, essentially, 9 mil, like say that this one is .308,
Okay.
and say that this one is 9 millimeter.
Okay.
Even though they look very much the same,
One is thicker than the other.
no, they're both
Really?
they're both uh, .308
Okay.
inches.
Okay. Gotcha.
Now, say that you have one gun that is 9 millimeter,
Okay.
and you have another gun that is 308.
You don't want to switch.
Or
You do not want to put the
sorry, .380. Let me
380.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
sorry, scratch all that. .80. 3.80.
3.80.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You don't want to load a 9 millimeter into a .380
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Well, you can say my 9 millimeter pistol.
hmm
You can shoot
Put it.
a,
Okay.
but you cannot reverse it.
Because the way that the chamber is, it
Yep.
can screw it up. Like one is, it can fit, but it's not an exact fit.
Yeah, it
And
will.
so it can mess up.
Yeah, it will not seat around the bullet properly,
Gotcha.
and so
Understood.
that there essentially there won't be enough back pressure in order
Okay.
for the round to eject once it's
Okay.
expended.
Okay. So it will not eject, and then you have a problem.
Yes.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I think that was it. I mean, you explained about the bullet, the casing, the primer,
Mm-hmm.
and how that all works, and then about the manufacturers and where you can find that information, the difference between civilian versus military
Mm-hmm.
in terms of like, you know, what's going to be at the bottom of the bullet. The
Mm-hmm.
military being that it's going to have the manufacturer and the year, and then the civilian is going to be the manufacturer and the the caliber.
Yep.
I'm using the right word, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now,
Cool.
now some manufacturers will put a symbol to represent their company. Like
Okay.
like Winchester, they will put I can't really tell what the symbol is, but when you
hmm
look at it, you could be like, "Oh, that is Winchester." If you can't,
Okay.
if you don't,
Their logo, basically.
yeah. So
Okay.
I'm going to show you 3 more rounds,
Okay.
and other than the obvious difference, I want you to try and guess what other difference that you see.
Okay.
Or
Are they three of the same size, or are they just three by different manufacturers?
there are 3 by different manufacturers, and 2 are the same size round, and 1 is labeled differently.
Okay. Well, see, this one on the far left, I mean, that's obviously,
Hmm. It's a steel casing
Yep.
case.
yep. Let's see here. And then it looks like the two on the right have slightly bigger, is that the tips?
No, they're all the same size.
Well, like I see a bigger green on the middle one.
So that really isn't really anything because all military ammo is color coded.
Okay.
So
So those are all military?
no,
The one on the far left isn't military though,
that is correct.
because it's not the color coding.
Yep.
So the two on the right are my right.
Yeah.
Is that your left?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. These two
Oh,
these two are military. This is civilian.
okay.
So
So they'll even have a different tone, or they'll have a different coloring based on civilian versus military.
so I'm gonna put the two military away and
Okay.
mainly focus on this guy. So
It's got a copper tip.
so the first two that I showed you, the green
Mhm.
tip, those are 5.56.
Okay.
This is a 0.223.
Okay.
It's basically, to give you a better example, is that this is a 308 right here.
Mhm.
This
That
is
one looks bigger around.
so this is a Russian round.
Okay. That one looks thinner.
So so this one is a Russian round.
It's
Hence,
got a lot of gunpowder.
yep. Hence the 7.62 by 54R.
Okay.
Now they're both 7.62.
Yeah.
One's a 308.
Okay.
One is a 7.62 by 54R. You
Okay. R being Russian?
Yes, you
Okay.
can load this into a rifle that's 7.62 by 54R, but it would not
Okay.
be a good idea.
It's the same thing with the 9mm versus the
Yeah.
0.38.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But you cannot load this into a rifle that is chambered in 308.
Okay. Gotcha. Because it wouldn't sit right.
That is correct. Actually, it would not fit at all because it's too long.
Okay. Yeah, it looked longer.
So the other determining factor between 223 and 556 is the shape of the bullet.
Yeah, the one on the bottom looks sharper.
Yep. And so this one is specifically designed to sit properly inside the barrel
Okay.
with a spacing that is designed for 556.
Okay.
So a barrel that is chambered in 556 can fit 556 and 223, but a barrel that is chambered in 223 will not be able to take 556.
Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. Cool. So, do you have any other questions?
Nope. I think that covers everything. I mean, I'll definitely come when we make a purchase so I can better understand what's going to be best to
Yeah.
will work best for me and what I need.
Yeah. Now, um, you said that you're getting a Glock 19. Here, 1 second.
Uh,
1 second. So
Yeah.
this was my assignment for week 2, assignment 1. I want to thank my sister for helping me out on this, and if you want to say hi to my classmates, that'd be great.
Hattie.
All right, bye.